My name is Allison Maynard, and this is my audience. Walt Disney has played a major role in many people's lives and happiness. Although he is no longer around, he's still living through his legacy and making people's lives magical. Originally, Disney did not plan on the end intention that he did. At age 16, he dropped out of high school and joined Red Cross Ambulance Corps by forging his birth certificate. He served in World War I, and he was sent to France in 1918. He was discharged in 1919 and later moved to Kansas. His original plans on moving to Kansas was to join a newspaper article and decide to make cartoons for them. However, he found work creating advertisements for movie theaters and for magazines. Upon liking this, he decided to open his own studio, which he called Laugh-O-Gram, but it got shut down shortly after due to financial problems. Shortly after, he moved to Hollywood with his brother and decided to form Disney Brothers Studio. This caused him to create Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which was his first character, created in 1927. There was a major blowout with this character, which caused Disney to lose the rights to this creation due to his idea not being original. Shortly after, Disney was on his way home on the train ride, and he decided to get payback on the people who took the rights from him. Thus, Mortimer Mouse, or more commonly known as Mickey Mouse, was created. His first debut was in 1928 in a short film titled Steamboat Willie. This is the short film you see in the beginning of most Disney movies. This was one of the first cartoons to use synchronized sound effects. Mickey spoke for the first time in 1929, but Walt Disney didn't like the voice he was given, therefore he took it on himself. Disney continued to voice Mickey Mouse until he was too busy in 1947 and decided to create movies based on World War II. Upon creating these films, he decided to make a new character named Donald Duck. Donald Duck starred in training films for the military and units. In 1943, Der Foreigner's Face starred Donald Duck and made fun of the Nazis. Shortly after, he made a similar movie to Victory Through Air Power after reading the book, and this talked about bombings. Disney had an ongoing passion for trains, which caused him to create a half-a-mile train track around his home in Los Angeles. Shortly after, Disneyland was placed around this train track. Disneyland was originally planned when Disney went with his kids to an amusement park. He didn't like how dirty and how unfamily-oriented it was, therefore he wanted to make a place for families, both parents and the children, to have fun and a place for them to be clean. He originally planned on a small amusement park, however his plans grew, and in 1953 he hired research firms to begin construction. Disneyland was opened a year later on July 17th, and this was showcased on TV for 70 million Americans to see. After 1 month, the park hosted more than 500,000 people. Disney World was originally thought of in private. Disney secretly bought millions of dollars worth of Florida farmland, and shortly after his passing, his uncle overtook the acres, and decided to make another amusement park in his honor. The Disney World opened October 1st in 1971, and Walt Disney died in December 15, 1966. In the first 2 years, Disney World drew 20 million visitors and employed over 13,000 people. Both of these are very famous vacation spots for families and very famous tourist destinations, and they are both known to be the most magical places on Earth. Disneyland has supplied 23,000 jobs, not including 35,000 contractors, and this is with the exception of the staff in nearby resorts and restaurants. Disney World hosts 62,000 workers, and this is the largest single-site employer in the country. Disney has affected me all throughout my life. I remember growing up as a little girl watching Disney films and Disney TV shows. I have learned throughout this time that Disney has taught me a bunch of different lessons, such as how to care about others and how others should be treated. I went to Disney World in 2006 when I was 6 years old. This is a great memory of me, as my parents were still together before their divorce, therefore I have a happy memory of that. I went back in 2013 with my step family, which created another fun memory before everyone grew up and split apart. Again, I went back in 2016 when I was 16 years old and was there for my 17th birthday and attended the Disney Spirit Spectacular for cheerleading. I made plenty of new friends and it was an unforgettable experience, and I plan to go back in the future. Walt Disney has helped many people throughout their life, and he is still continuing to make people's lives magical.